Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be doing a video in Smite, and today's going to be a video on basically just some detailing, I guess, kind of random. Mostly it's because, I guess you can call it to celebrate the fact that the Smite beta has gone open. So if you haven't got the chance to play it before because you didn't get a code or anything like that, you can now download it from the Xbox One marketplace for free and go and try it. Now it's pretty much the final game at this point. I don't know how long the PC beta was. All I know was the closed beta was actually pretty long, and I think that the alpha was a good amount of time, and then it just switched over to beta or closed beta, and the beta switched over to open beta. And I think that's how the final game's going to release. It's going to just switch over, and I think they may change maybe like the icons, from beta to the official stuff. I think that's about the only big changes they'll make. But today we'll be talking about, just some general things that are actually happening. Well, for me personally, like some personal experiences, I guess. But first, before I move on, I want to say that the Founders Pack is still available. So if you got into the beta and say you like it, and you're going to be playing the full release, or you're going to spend a lot of time in the beta then the full release, go ahead and just put down the $30 for this. You get the God Pack, which is all gods that are currently released, and all gods that will release eventually. And you also get a couple exclusive skins. I think you get a Ymir skin, like a green and maybe purple. It's mostly green because it's like the Xbox One exclusive skin. I think you might be able to get it on PC too if you have your account linked. I'm not sure. And you also get the Zeus Xbox One skin, so that's actually pretty cool. But moving on, the gameplay you're going to be seeing is a gameplay I got earlier today from Arena. I've actually been playing. Obviously, I still play Arena because that's like my main Smite game mode, which is kind of weird because everybody generally plays it for Conquest, I guess. But yeah, every time I hop on to Smite, I generally go to play Arena just because they're kind of quick matches, maybe 10-15 minutes at the most. And I think the Conquest matches can go on for at least 20. I'd say at least 20, and they go on from that. But the gameplay you'll be seeing is I'm playing with hi-rez as usual. He's I would say my main god, and I'm rocking the golden skin, which is pretty cool. I'm starting to master the character, my playstyle with him, and stuff like that. And so far, this is the best gameplay I've ever gotten in Arena. So you actually might be in for a little bit of a treat today, just because it's a decent, I'd say a decent gameplay. And I also played my first Conquest match today, and it's been a while since the game. I don't even think Conquest was in the game when it first released in the beta or alpha, for that matter. So I just hopped on today because I just wanted to try it. I mean, I've been putting it off for a good while, and I just wanted to try it. So I hopped in. Of course, I went with hi-rez, but I researched it a little bit before it, just to have some strategies and to go based off. And a lot of people recommend that you don't go with hi-rez just because he's kind of bad later on in the game, apparently. Although when I was playing, the match was actually, we had 4 people on our team because one person quit, or they didn't quit, they were AFK the entire game, so they just sat in the base the entire game. The worst of us had to kind of pick up the slack that one player was missing. But yeah, I was playing as hi-rez, but for the most part I was enjoying myself, just cause I kind of had to get used to playing from level 1, because generally when you play Arena you start from level 3 and you kind of have some of your abilities already there. And it was I'm going to be kind of random here. It was just really fun. That's basically what to say. I was kind of scared because basically I think a lot of people just have this mindset in their head that if you're not good at Conquest, you'll get yelled at, you'll be called names and all that stuff. And I was kind of expecting that, honestly, as soon as I chose hi-rez. But, it worked out in the end. We won, and it was very, very good. You know, I think I ended up being at the top of the scoreboard actually. But beyond that, it's just really fun. But most of the time, I am playing as Hades. I think I have like a 60 or 65 to 70% play rate as him, because they actually do have stats now, which is pretty cool. So I play him a good majority of the time. I've been working on let's see, Bakasura and also Anubis. But yeah, I would go ahead and say that I do enjoy playing as Hades. He's really fun to play as. But for the most part, the tactics are actually really simple. His main basic attack applies a passive called it's actually his passive. It's an effect called Blight, and every time you apply that, it actually does one of your abilities actually do either more damage or they have another effect. I can't remember the names of his attack except for that one especially. But basically, if you do your 2 or 3 attack, or left bumper or right bumper, on Xbox's case, it like slows him down, and the right bumper does it like explodes the enemy and does like 20 damage or something like that. Now that doesn't seem like a lot, but I think it scales. So like level 1 does 20. So that's actually might be kind of good at the very beginning. And generally, I'm not sure what you can call it, but something called a leap, I guess, for the number 1 or left trigger. And basically, if I'm in a battle, I know I'm going to lose. If I get a chance, I'll leap out of there doing that way, and I'll either recall or just run back to the base, depending on how close I am. But I know I kind of rambled, but you know, it's a good video. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next video.